Okay, good.
Ten of my kids.
Excuse me. Good evening and welcome
They do that. About 90 pitches.
to the August 11th, 2026 meeting of the Roseland Governing Body. Adequate notice of this meeting is provided in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, that the date, time, and location of the meeting were including the annual meeting schedule, posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and filed in the office of the Borough Clerk. For those attending tonight's meeting via Zoom, the agenda and other relevant documents can be found on the Borough's website attached to the meeting notice posted in the news and announcement section. During the meeting, an announcement will be made prior to the two public comment periods. Anyone wishing to make a public comment via computer will be instructed to use the raise your hand icon, and anyone wishing to make a public comment via telephone will be instructed to dial *9 at the appropriate time. For those in attendance in person or remotely, please provide your name and address when selected. If you are eligible for Daniels Law, please just announce your name. Mr. Watkins, please call the roll.
Mayor Spango.
Present.
Mr. Barty.
Here.
Mr. Brandt. Mrs. Parati.
Here.
Mr. Schroeder.
Here.
Mrs. Tully.
Here.
Mr. Trillo.
Here.
Please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gently. Thank you.
Thank you. First on the agenda is our first round of public comment. Any member of the public wishing to be heard, come forward, state your name and address for the record. If you're with us via Zoom, use the raise your hand icon, and if you're with us telephonically, please press *9.
It should be adjustable. I think you can push it
You can
down.
pull it down.
Thank you. That's fine. Yeah. Good evening, members of the town council and members of the community. Specifically those that addressed last month's meeting that reside on Freeman Street. My name is Nancy Santero, a tenant at 25 Mitchell, and I work with the Performing Arts Project NJ, a children's theater program that is located at Chapel on the Hill at 40 Freeman Street. I am here tonight because I believe it's important that the council and the public hear directly from someone who is present at this program every day rather than relying on assumptions, incomplete information, or statements that have been repeated without verification about who we are, what we do, and what is actually taking place at the church. Our summer program runs Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 p.m., with an aftercare option until 5 p.m. Otherwise, our hours of operation differ from September through June. We provide services after school hours. We provide children with a structured environment focused on theater, music, performance, creativity, and teamwork. Before we ever opened our doors at 40 Freeman Street, we were fully aware that the church is located within a residential neighborhood. Because of that, families were given clear written instructions to drive slowly, respect the residents of Freeman Street, follow all parking laws, and be mindful of the neighborhood. For performances that are held at Chapel on the Hill, families are directed to use the church parking lot and, when necessary, to utilize surrounding streets in a way that avoids congestion on Freeman Street. On Fridays during summer camp, our children perform for their families at 1 p.m. And on those weeks we have a higher attendance of campers, we have two shows, one at 11 a.m. and then another at 1 p.m. in anticipation not to overwhelm the neighborhood and keep our campers and residents safe. From the beginning, safety and respect for the neighborhood have been priorities, not afterthoughts. I also want to acknowledge that on that first day, our pickup car line, there was confusion among parents who were unfamiliar with the procedure. As a result, the line became longer than intended and extended into the street. No driveways were blocked and no illegal parking occurred. But we recognized that the system needed improvement and we immediately began addressing it. That is what responsible organizations do when they identify an issue. However, there is a meaningful difference between raising a legitimate concern and building a narrative about an organization without first seeking accurate information. Police have been called regarding parking and traffic concerns. When officers responded, we were informed that the vehicles were legally parked and that no driveways were blocked. Before I became a tenant on Mitchell, I rented around the corner from Farmer Funeral Home on Park Street for 16 years. Should I have called every time the funeral lot was full and the mourners had to park on our street? Doesn't seem like a good use of community resources to me. Despite that, concerns about our presence began circulating even before our program opened. We have also become aware of statements suggesting that the church is no longer functioning as a church, or that there is no pastor or congregation present. These statements are not accurate. The church has an active pastor and parishioners, including individuals who live on Freeman Street. These facts could have been easily confirmed through direct communication with the church. To our knowledge, none of you making these claims contacted the church, visited the property, or reached out to our program before presenting these assertions publicly. We have been incorrectly described as a dance company, which is also not accurate. In addition, there have been statements suggesting that children are bussed in from Newark and East Orange alongside concerns about traffic and crime. I want to address this carefully. When children from specific communities are referenced in connection with concerns about crime, it is important for all of us to reflect on what is actually being implied. These are children participating in a theater program, children who are here to learn, create, perform, and grow in a structured, supervised environment. I was a student that was bused from East Orange to West Orange. My criminal record is clean. I may not be privileged enough to own a home in this town. Instead, I rent. I've dedicated my time serving this community on various committees, like the Roseland Environmental Commission, the Green Team. I was a Roseland Girl Scout leader for Troop 20357, worked the farmers market, and the endless and extremely meaningful years serving the Noecker and West Essex school communities as both an HSA board member and a class parent. And our organization has founded the musical theater program in Noecker, which continues to thrive today with our continued hands-on support. If there are concerns about traffic, parking, or safety, those concerns are valid, and we welcome them. We take them seriously. We live in communities as well. As a matter of fact, the same one as you, this one. I've been a resident in Roseland since June of 2006, and before that, I lived in West Orange from kindergarten to college age. We understand the importance of neighborhood quality of life, but concerns must be based on what is actually happening. Being a good neighbor is a shared responsibility. It means our families must continue to drive carefully, park legally, respect private property, and minimize disruption. And we will continue to enforce those expectations. But it also means communication should come before escalation. It means asking questions before making assumptions. It means verifying information before presenting it as fact. And it means that when concerns arise, the first step should be dialogue, not misinformation or unnecessary escalation and alarm. If someone had contacted us or the church directly, we would have gladly explained our program, our schedule, our procedures, and the steps we are already taking to be respectful tenants in this neighborhood. We remain fully open to that conversation. We cannot effectively respond to are rumors or narratives that are formed without direct engagement with us. We are not asking for special treatment. We are asking to be evaluated based on our actual conduct. If a parent speeds, we will address it. If a vehicle blocks a driveway, we will address it. But we ask that our organization not be defined by assumptions, nor should the church or the children we serve be mischaracterized based on incomplete or unverified information. When we became aware of the concerns being circulated, i.e. via Freeman Street chat group, we also felt it was important to provide them written contacts directly to neighbors. We introduced ourselves, shared our background, and provided our direct contact information specifically so that concerns could be addressed quickly and respectfully. We did that because we value communication and believe it is the most effective way to resolve issues before they escalate. Our goal is not conflict with the residents of Freeman Street. Our goal is to operate a safe, positive children's theater program while being respectful tenants and responsible neighbors within this community. I hope that moving forward, concerns can be addressed through facts, communication, and cooperation rather than assumptions and misinformation. The children in our program deserve that. The church deserves that. The residents deserves that. And I believe this community, our community, deserves that as well. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Missy Bonneguide. I'm your neighbor at 3 Harrison Avenue, and you see me walk my dog, Jessie, all the time around here. I started way back in the day, maybe some of you remember Superintendent Rutsky at Noecker. Yes, back in those days, I started the Roseland Annual Musical. I did theater professionally, and I had 3 daughters, still have thank God, 3 daughters. And there were a lot of recreation sports, lots of opportunities for different things of that nature, but no theater in Roseland at all. And so I went to the superintendent and said, I would like to start an annual musical at Noecker. And he said, that sounds great. And it's been happening ever since. That was when my daughter was in 4th grade. She is currently 24. And so this has been a long-standing tradition in Noecker. That is how the Performing Arts Project started. As a mom who wanted theater opportunities for her children in this community and for other children. And it was very important to me at the time that we offered the program for free so that no child would be turned away and would be able to have the opportunity to do theater. I was looking into theater programs, and as a young mother who had just moved to New Jersey from the city, we were young and starting out. I didn't have a lot of money for these expensive theater programs in Maplewood and all over. And I said, I don't want kids to not have theater because of money. And my oldest daughter is on the autism spectrum. She also has ADHD, OCD, IED, and multiple other abbreviations. And the other issue I had was there was nowhere for her to fit in. She had trouble fitting in. The sports program she did, her dad coached all of them, but it wasn't exactly the right fit for her. And I thought theater it's a perfect fit for kids who aren't maybe exactly fitting the mold of all the other kids. And we could service all those kids in this way. And that was my other mission. And she thrived doing the Roseland musical, and so did a lot of other kids. And I got a lot of feedback from teachers and parents. I still have parents coming up to me when I go to the West Essex shows who are crying and say, this is because of you. You started this, and this never would have happened without you. All our original kids are all graduated now, the first several years of the Roseland musical. So I've watched them, and not just Nancy's been with me since the beginning. And we've watched them go through, our little ones would sit there, crisscross applesauce, watching all of the rehearsals and just dying for their day that they could have a turn. And they eventually did get their turn, and then it was COVID. 1 week before the performance, so they missed out on their 6th grade year, but I digress. So that's who we are. This is what we do. We started out in Roseland at the Methodist Church once I wanted to expand beyond just the Noecker musical, and then we had to move to Verona because we wanted to be able to do something for the kids during the day and not just after school. And so we wanted to do a day camp during the summer. And the Methodist Church had a preschool, they had day blah, 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 so we went to Verona. But we always really missed Roseland. So the opportunity came, and I believe was meant to be, because I was thinking about looking for a new place, and I found out, someone told me that, the preschool's moving out of that church. I said, what? I would love, okay, I'm not going to go on forever, I promise. But I always wanted to partner with the church and not just be there. And at the Verona Church, we were just kind of there, and they didn't want to partner with us. And I spoke to Pastor Robert, and he wanted to partner with us. He was starting the Connection at Chapel on the Hill, which is the church that was the Presbyterian Church on Freeman Street. And I was thrilled about this because there's a board, I was put on the board, and I'm excited as theater as a church outreach. And so that is how that all came to be. So while, yes, we have been around for a long time, TPAP NJ, we are also integrated with the church and a part of the church. We go to services, the kids have performed at a service, and we plan to do more once it's the school year. And we are very excited about being part of the church. We had no idea that residents were not happy that we were going in there until a mom who lives on Freeman Street, who knows me, called me up and told me what people were saying. And she said, I'm so excited that you're going to be here because I can walk my kids there, and I'm so thrilled, and I don't know what's happening. And in fact, in camp, we've had several residents of Freeman Street, their kids, and they love it because they walk. They bring their dog, they walk, they get their kids. And one of them expressed how embarrassed she was because the residents kept calling the police on us. Because one day there were cars on the street. Cars on the street. And one day, the parking lot, the cars for the performance, the people didn't give their extended family the memo. So some people parked on Freeman Street, even though I was very careful to tell everyone, for the love of all things, do not park on Freeman Street. But some of them didn't get the memo and parked on Freeman Street, so they called the police on us and came in the middle of the performance. There are people parked legally on the street. The residents are complaining. And one of the residents she said, I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, okay, I'm sure there's probably some sort of time limit. But I just wanted to tell you that unfortunately, a lot of the misinformation was, I believe, construed to give us sort of give a bad impression. I don't know, because busing kids from Newark, I've never bussed kids in my life, except for my kids who got bused to Noacker, but I've never bussed kids for our program. That is like, how did they come up with that? So I don't know. But I did, when I heard about this, I wrote a letter and I put one on the doorstep of every resident of Freeman Street. And what it does is it just introduces who I am, because I thought, well, maybe they think it's some crazy person from some city somewhere who hates Roseland, who's coming here to destroy our town. And I'll let them know that that is not the case. We're the Girl Scout leaders. We're the class moms. We started the musical. We're the ones who were handing out the water cups at the 5K race. We've been a part of this community for 21 years. All three of my girls grew up here. My last one just graduated West Essex and is going to Skidmore College in the fall, which is crazy. But we have been deeply ingrained in this community, and we were so excited to come back here and be able to bring Roseland more into it, and be in connection with the church. And so it was disheartening. But we, as theater people, know how to handle things with a smile and see the bright side. And Captain Ballard, dude, he is so nice. I would never have gotten to know him otherwise. So, bright side, he's great. And we are on a first name basis. We email. So, and in fact, a lot of the officers email me. They email me. So, I live right here and I never knew the officers. So this is a nice, bright spot of all of this. I think I need to bring them donuts or something, because now I feel like we're buds. Basically, and I'll leave this letter with you. I'm not going to take time to read it because I know I'm very long-winded. But you can read this, and it just introduces us and what we do and the precautions we put in place before we ever even started summer camp, so that we would not inconvenience anyone who lives there, because we live here too. We don't want people mad at us. That's the last thing we want. So anyway, so just the last couple of things I'll address is, one thing is I feel bad that the police are coming and supervising twice a day, every day, when most weeks it's a handful of cars and nobody ends up on the street, and they're sitting there for an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. And I feel bad. It's just so unnecessary, and I feel bad that they have to do that, and I feel bad that they're being called to do that. But I feel like they could be doing better things than watching the orderly, organized, safe. The car line is so safe. I don't know. So that's something that was on my mind that I was feeling bad about. And and having them be called away because there were a few cars parked on the street for an hour, it just seems like, as a taxpayer of Roseland all these years, it seems like not a good use of resources. But we put the kids' safety first. Parents are always asking, why are the police here? The kids are like, why are the police here? And I tell them, well, some people are concerned that they want to make sure everyone's safe, so they're here to help us. And I did watch the meeting, the last meeting. I watched the video, and I wrote down a giant list of things that were 100% inaccurate. But I'm not going to. I can always email it. I'm not going to take the time because I've already taken up way too much of your time. So, but let's just say most of it was inaccurate. The church is alive and well, and we are not some business, and they've been getting bombarded with school after school. The last school was there for 16 years. So, and when I was looking for a house in Roseland, I was told by the realtor, this street has a church, has a preschool, it's an active street. So if you want to be on a quiet street, don't buy a house on Freeman Street. I was like, okay. I mean, I bought a house on Harrison, so obviously I didn't care about that. I'm like, really? You have a traffic problem in front of your house? Not for nothing, but there were those giant Scram buses parked that one day, and they were blocking the crosswalk, so I had to walk around the bus when I walked my dog to get to the crosswalk. I was like, Captain Ballard on speed dial. It's a problem. I'm just kidding. I would never, because that's insane. As a resident, I want to get along with everyone and lend a helping hand. And that's what I do. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I will give you this for your perusal. And I will shoot you an email with some of this other stuff so that you can get on to really more important issues. Because Freeman Street, not an important issue. Thank you.
Thanks, Timothy.
My name is Robert Conaway. I'm the pastor at Roseland Presbyterian. It was very disheartening of us to hear that nobody goes to that church. All the ladies and gentlemen that are there every Sunday were quite offended that they are nobodies. And some of them have been going to that church for 40 and 50 years. So they're very loyal. I am the pastor of that church currently. We are viable. We have a lot of funding to keep us going. Our 5-year, our 10-year, our 25-year plans do not say we're closing the church and building housing. Our plan is that we be a viable part of the community. We made an assessment this last year that while the preschool was using the building, it didn't really have any community connection with us. It was a tenant landlord. I opened that preschool in 2010 when it was there, very tightly joined with the church. When I stepped down and the teachers took over the school, it became a tenant landlord situation, and we saw no benefit to Roseland other than having childcare, and we saw no benefit to the church in the future. So we made a decision to make a change. They moved over to Our Lady of Blessed Sacrament. They're very happy over there. They have 5 times more room than we had. When they were with us, they had every nook and cranny of that building filled with stuff, and we were unable to use it. So our goal is to put that church and that building into the service of Roseland in the community. So we're looking for ministry opportunities, for group opportunities for people to come in and use that space for whatever they can use it. We work very closely with the zoning board. We're not trying to do anything illegal there. It's like everything we hope is in order. I have made that, and I hope before, but especially now, that the children in the neighborhood use that as a playground. And I've talked to parents who say they so appreciate that we welcome those kids. I'll tell you a funny story. Before the preschool left, there were 4 9- and 10-year-old boys out playing baseball. They had all the equipment, the bases, the bats, everything to play baseball. And I went out and was pulling my car in I'm going to my car, and the kid says, "Hey, mister, you're in our baseball field." And I said, "Oh, okay, let me move." So I moved my car out of the baseball field. When I went back the next evening, they were there again, but they had moved the baseball field, and I said, "I thought this was your baseball field." And they said, "We decided this is better." I said, "Good for you." But one of the young men, I think he was 9 years old, came up to me and says, "You know how some ladies have red hair?" And I said, "Yes." And he says, "You know how some ladies have black hair?" I said, "Yes." And he says, "Well, some lady with blonde hair came out of that building, the school, and said we were not allowed to play here." And I said, "You tell her, Robert, said, this is your ball field and you are allowed to play here." And I had a long conversation with a parent that's adjacent to us, and her kids are there every evening playing baseball, shooting hoops. On Saturday and Sunday afternoons, I see families up there teaching kids to use the bicycle, and that's what we want that space to be used for. We want the community to know it's there, and if there's a need for a meeting space or some kind of event that needs to be done, we want to open our doors. And my vision is that we host 3 12-step meetings there. Every person that enters that building is a member of our church, even if they're only coming for 1 or 2 or 3 12-step meetings a month. Every kid that comes into that back parking lot or that playground and uses it, their families are a member of that church, and everyone in Roseland. So we're going beyond thinking that you have to be a Presbyterian and you have to be a member of the Presbyterian church, and if we're going away from that. We're saying we're here, we're serving the community, and we want to be a part of it. Where these rumors get started, I've been there for 16 years. I've never seen a bus. I talked to everybody about who's driving 50 up and down Freeman Street, and most of the people, I don't believe, you can go try it, I don't believe you could go 50 between the beginning and the end of Freeman Street and not be screeching brakes trying to stop. So that street does not yield itself to 50. I talked to a lady across the street at length. She says, "I don't know where this comes from." She says, "I'm across the street. We never see people speeding. We always see people being respectful." And so I just want to be on the record as saying, we're nice. We're not trying to cause trouble. We're just trying to be a resource to the community and put that building in use. And I will point out, I pointed out to the zoning officer, he said it doesn't matter, that we have been in Roseland before the zoning plan. And we are in a residential zone. We know we're in a residential zone, but churches are allowed in a residential zone. So we're playing by the rules, and we're here to do whatever it is we need to do. Anybody has ideas about something to use that building for, we're open to talk about it. Thank you.
Your phone number.
You're not the blonde lady that said.
I was thinking the
I was just, sorry.
No. My name is Martha Kosler. I live at 40 Old Eagle Rock in Roseland, and I think I probably am the oldest person here that lived 75 years in Roseland. So I care about Roseland. I love Roseland. Never would move from it. Go on vacation, I come off 280, and I just love coming back into Roseland. But I am speaking more as a member of the church and how important it is to have our churches in the community. It's more than just Sunday. We give money to the food bank in Roseland. We give money to Caldwell Food Bank. We're there if somebody needs help. If people need meals brought or you name it. And that's an important thing to keep in Roseland or in any community. So I think we're a great bunch of people in a good town. So I hope that, we can solve anybody else's problems if they need help or if they need, a place to use for other purposes.
Thank you. This is just a suggestion, I'll put it out there for you to think about. Maybe we can have some sort of offline meeting with the residents, church, and yourselves, see if we can work through the issues, come to a common ground, just to just to clear the air, I mean, just to get the facts out there, just a suggestion. I'll reach out to schedule something, we can all sit down. If everyone's open to it, just put the facts out there, Sarah, maybe put everyone's apprehensions or concerns to bed. Thank you. Anybody else in the council? No. Any other member of the public wish to be heard? If not, we'll move on to introduction of ordinances. First on the agenda is ordinance 35-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Administration, Article 3 entitled Administrative Organization.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 35-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Marty, Trillo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none.
Ordinance number 35 will be published on the borough's website, and the notice of public hearing will be advertised on the borough's website. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 15th, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is an introduction of ordinance 36-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Administration.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 36-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none.
Ordinance number 36-2026 will be published on the borough's website, and the notice of public hearing will be advertised on the borough's website. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 15th, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is an introduction of ordinance 37-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Administration to replace Section 2-35 entitled Recreation Committee in its entirety.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 37-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Tolly, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none.
Ordinance number 37-2026 will be published on the borough's website, and the notice of public hearing will be advertised on the borough's website. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 15th, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is introduction of ordinance 38-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Bond ordinance providing for the 2026-2027 municipal road project in and by the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, New Jersey, appropriating $288,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $273,600 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 38-2026?
So moved. Second.
Parati, Tolly, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins.
Ordinance number 38-2026 will be published on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing will be advertised on the borough's website. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 15th, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is introduction of ordinance 39-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance of the Borough of Roseland to repeal ordinance number 22-2026 as amended, which provided for salaries and compensation to be paid to non-union employees of the Borough of Roseland, and substitute therefore salaries and compensation for the year 2000.
26. Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 39-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins.
Ordinance number 39-2026 will be published on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing will be advertised on the borough's website. The public hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 15th, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is introduction of ordinance 40-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance deleting Chapter 8 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Personnel.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 40-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Marty, Trillo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins.
Ordinance number 40-2026 will be published on the borough's website, and the notice of public hearing will be advertised on the borough's website. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 15th, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next is a public hearing on ordinance 30-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 3 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Police Regulations, prohibiting the parking of motor vehicles outside of designated or delineated parking spaces on public land, public and private property open to the public, and establishing penalties for violations.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Parati, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 30-2026? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Schroeder, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 3 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Police Regulations, prohibiting the parking of motor vehicles outside of designated or delineated parking spaces on public and private property open to the public, and, and establishing penalties for violations.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 30-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Parati, Barty, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty?
Yes.
Mrs. Parati?
Yes.
Mr. Schroeder?
Yes.
Mrs. Tully? Mr. Trillo?
Yes.
Ordinance number 30-2026 will be on the borough's website as a passed ordinance and shall take effect as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next is a public hearing on ordinance 31-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 13 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Fire Prevention and Protection to establish regulations for the designation, design, marking, maintenance, and enforcement of fire lanes and associated no parking zones.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 31-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Schroeder, Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 31-2026?
Sorry about
Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Parati, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 13 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Fire Prevention and Protection to establish regulations for the designation, design, marking, maintenance, and enforcement of fire lanes and associated no parking zones.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 31-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Parati, Trillo, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty?
Yes.
Mrs. Parati?
Yes.
Mr. Schroeder?
Yes.
Mrs. Tully?
Yes.
Mr. Trillo?
Yes.
Ordinance number 31-2026 will be advertised on the borough's website as a passed ordinance and shall take effect as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next is a public hearing on ordinance 32-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Bond ordinance providing a supplemental appropriation of $80,000 for acquisition of a command vehicle and related equipment for the fire department in and by the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $76,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 32-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Parati, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 32-2026? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Barty,
Barty.
all in favor?
You beat me.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Bond ordinance providing a supplemental appropriation of $80,000 for acquisition of a command vehicle and related equipment for the fire department in and by the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $76,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 32-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Parati, Barty, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty?
Yes.
Mrs. Parati?
Yes.
Mr. Schroeder?
Yes.
Mrs. Tully,
Yes.
Mr. Trillo.
Yes.
Ordinance 32-2026 will be advertised on the borough's website as a passed ordinance and shall take effect 20 days after first publication, after final adoption, as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next is a public hearing on ordinance 33-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Ordinance appropriating $409,456 to provide for improvements to Old Eagle Rock Avenue and Park Street in and by the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, New Jersey.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 33-2026?
Moved.
Second.
Trillo Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 33-2026? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Barty, Toley, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Ordinance appropriating $409,456 to provide for improvements to Old Eagle Rock Avenue and Park Street in and by the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, New Jersey.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 33-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Motion, I meant.
Parati, Trillo, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
I was ahead of myself. Sorry.
Mr. Barty?
Yes.
Mrs. Parati?
Yes,
Mr.
officially.
Schroeder? Mr. Schroeder?
Yes.
Mrs. Tully?
Yes.
Mr. Trillo?
Yes.
Ordinance number 33-2026 will be advertised on the borough's website as a passed ordinance, shall take effect 20 days after first publication, after final adoption as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next is a public hearing on ordinance 34-2026. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 14 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Parks and Recreation, amending Section 14-5 entitled Use of Pickleball Courts.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 34-2026?
Motion.
Second.
Toley, Trillo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 34-2026? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 34-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Toley, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 14 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Parks and Recreation, amending Section 14-5 entitled Use of Pickleball Courts.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 34-2026?
So moved.
Second.
Barty, Toley, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty?
Yes.
Mrs. Parati?
Yes.
Mr. Schroeder?
Yes.
Mrs. Tully?
Yes.
Mr. Trillo?
Yes.
Ordinance 34-2026 will be on the borough's, advertised on the borough's website as a passed ordinance and shall take effect as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is Resolution 244-2026, approving the August 5th bill list. Everyone received the bill list? Questions, concerns, recusals, or comments? If there are none from the governing body, we'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Barty, Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next, we have resolutions 245-2026 through 266-2026 by resolution number, by agenda items 1 through 22. I'd like to move these in their entirety. Just any questions, concerns, or recusals?
I think I have to recuse myself on number 2,
Okay, so let's, all right, so,
if he got it in on time, because
And I,
he's my son, so.
okay, all right, so we'll do this. We'll move resolution 246-2026, number 2, by agenda, by resolution number 246-2026, with Councilman Trillo recusing himself. Can we have a motion to approve, motion to adopt that resolution?
motion.
Second.
Parati, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Now we'll move resolution 245-2026, skip over 246, and then go 247-2026 through 266-2026. there any
I have a quick question, I'm sorry. So, resolution number 253-2026, the Lou LaSalle Memorial Run, I absolutely love that idea. But I have a question. In it, it said if there's money, additional monies from, I guess, the registrants, it was gonna go towards the community
It
center?
always has, so
Yeah, but where does it?
any money that comes in from the Run for Roseland has always
Right.
gone aside for community room, for outfitting different things.
Oh, okay.
Because we changed the name of the race, now we have to say we're still using it for the same
Same
purpose.
purpose, okay, I was
We don't have any
confused.
money in there, trust me. Hopefully we'll get some this
I
time.
didn't think we did. That's why I was like, where's the money coming from?
Hopefully we'll get some this time.
And then, the, resolution 259-2026, is that the continuation of Roseland Avenue, that
That's the new
sidewalk?
CDVG, sidewalk?
That's the sidewalk
Yes.
from back then?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes, from
From
3 years.
2020, okay, I just wasn't sure, I just was curious, to see if it was the same one. Okay, I'm sorry, thank you.
No, any other questions, concerns? If there are none, can we have a motion to adopt these resolutions, please?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next, we have consent agenda, accept the resignation of Ms. Escona from our accounts payable position. We have a motion to accept the resignation.
So moved.
Second.
Tolly, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Quickly, we have our second concert tomorrow night. We have our third concert on September 12th, which will be before our next televised meeting, which will also have First Responder Appreciation Day before that, approximately 2 to 6 p.m. That concert's really packed, and hopefully the new room will be done, so it'll be from the terrace and not from the stage, so we'll have more of a surround experience. Besides that, I have nothing. I'll recuse any comments for the end, and I'll move the committee reports along. Councilman Barty.
Thank you, Mayor. So really quick, we have our tax bill presentation. We like to do this presentation right after we mail our tax bill so that our residents know what to expect when they get the tax bill in the mail. I got mine today in the mail.
I did too.
Just a quick recap, our tax rate this year is a 1.56, which is an average of $49 $49 increase per resident, per household, I should say. Just to really quickly, just a recap of the budget here. So, I mean, we have our municipal tax rate of 0.506. We get that by taking our total appropriations. We take out the library tax, gives us the tax to be raised by the amount to be raised by taxation. We then take that, we divide it by our total assessed valuation in Roseland, multiply it by 100, and there's your tax rate, 0.506. So that you should see that on your tax bill when you get it in the mail. What does that mean to you? Basically, that means for municipal taxes, around a $3,238.16 municipal tax average for the average assessed home at $640,236. Tax bill, now that we have all of the rest of the taxes certified from the county, local taxes, and the West Essex School District, on the average home, your tax bill will be around $12,223.13. So just we break down each one of these now. Noecker, we received the final numbers there, came in at an increase of 3.15% from the previous year. West Essex came in at an increase of 5.48% from the previous year. And Essex County came in at a decrease of 0.09% from 2025 to 26. So when you take all that together, you get this large net valuation taxable number on the right. And then what that really means here is an average home in Roseland is the new average tax rate would be the average home $12,223.13. So it's about a $241 increase per average home if you add up all the taxes for all of the various components. But again, Roseland's tax rate went up 1.56% at $49 a household. And that's all we have. Taxes are due on September 1st.
You had to throw that in.
Thank you.
Had to throw that in.
Hope everyone's having a great summer.
Thank you. So it's those numbers you just explained, that the impact that this governing body has raised taxes $49 to the average home, correct? And as of today, we haven't gotten all the tax rates from the county, but as of today, unless something changes, for the third year in a row, we have the lowest tax rate in Essex County, correct? It should be noted. Thank everyone on the council for their work, especially administration and finance, and keeping it $49 a home for the services and the things that this borough provides for the community is remarkable for such a small amount of money. So thank everyone for their hard work. Councilman Trell.
Not much to report in recreation. I hope everyone enjoys the lull for the next couple weeks, but soccer will be starting up with, in the next few weeks with practices, and the season will kick off when school starts, so.
Sign-ups are still open. All
Sign-ups,
fall
it's a
stuff.
wait list, but,
Yeah.
Yes, in the summer, everything gets delayed, so feel free to sign up. We'll get everybody on a team.
Kids kickball, adult kickball, those things are slow moving right now.
Yes, once
No
school
one's
starts,
thinking about it.
everyone
No one's
gets
thinking about
it.
anything
until
until school gets
correct.
going.
Every year, same thing.
Thank you. Anything else, Councilman?
That's all I have.
Councilman Schroeder?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hope everyone is enjoying their summer, taking some vacations, enjoying the weather, although we've had quite a bit of rain. But again, just wishing everybody a safe summer. Nothing additional to report, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Baran couldn't be with us. Councilwoman Parati or Toley, anything from that committee?
No, we haven't really had
I just
anything.
have two quick items, but I'll probably repeat them in September. The Greek Church will be having their annual Greek Fest on September 18th, 19th, and 20th. That's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with authentic Greek food, dancing, boutiques, etc. And then Essex County will be having their Essex County Senior Wellness Day for Essex County seniors only on Tuesday, September 22nd. It will be held at the Richard Cody Arena on Northfield Avenue from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Parati?
The only thing I have is just want to let everybody know that the Cops in the Crosswalk initiative is going to probably start at the end of August. So be on the lookout for some information, and please stop at the flashing lights, everyone. It
That's-
See this flash.
That's a pedestrian safety initiative to
Right.
encourage safe driving and safe
Safe
walking,
walking.
both in,
Yes.
around the
If
town.
you're walking, don't look at your phone as you're crossing the street.
The crosswalk, you gotta put your.
Look up at, But, yeah, so Captain Ballard had let me know that they're going to probably start it at the end of August, so information will go out
Thank you.
this month. And that's all I have.
Councilman Toley, nothing further?
No, I said no.
Next on the agenda is the approval of our minutes. We have full attendance for all three?
Yes.
So we're gonna look to move the June 16th executive session minutes and the July 14th council meeting and executive session minutes. Everyone received the minutes. If there's no questions, concerns, or recusals, we'll take a motion for approval, please.
So moved.
Second?
Third.
We all
Toley,
wanna go.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next on the agenda is our second round of public comment. Any member of the public wishing to be heard, come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Missy, I love your shows at No Ecker. That's all I have to say.
Hearing and seeing none, the only thing that's left on the agenda is a motion for adjournment. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Schroeder, Toley, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Thank you, everyone.